One of the things that the entire taser ball incident has taught me is that a lot of tournament players are in it for the attention. And although I realize this is not indicative of all tournament players, there's enough of a percentage out there who are trying to get their attention through paintball. And one of the reasons I think is because they tried other sports, realized they couldn't hack it, so they're going to go play this pretend sport for a while. But one thing I keep on seeing over and over again is, wow, they got so much attention for that. They got so many people paying attention to them. And that seems to be the important thing for these guys. How much attention that taser ball got as compared to paintball. So that actually made me kind of wonder, how do we do that for paintball? I have a solution, but you're probably not going to like it. The first thing we have to examine is, why do we watch sports in the first place? A question that many people ask on a day-to-day basis. My theory is that we watch sports in order to see people doing things that we are either unable or unwilling to do ourselves. I mean, let's face it, it's not everybody who's going to stand in front of a half a ton of angry pot roast while holding a red cape and going, "Hey!" So we have to show people that we can do something that they cannot do. I'll get to the will not part in just a minute. So the first thing we need to do is reduce the rate of fire by bringing back Billy Ball. Most of y'all aren't going to remember Billy Ball because it was a failed concept. The idea was to make it affordable to play paintball by reducing the firepower to one ball every 2 seconds. Now, let's take this concept and bring it onto a speedball field. Well, you can't lane anymore, obviously, because you're not just able to sit there and throw down ropes of paint. What does that do? That's going to open up the entire field. A team can make plans to break the 20. As meaning the other team's 20. They'll also emphasize speed and mobility, and that would make the game a lot more interesting to watch. But it's lacking something. You see, this comes back to the unwilling part of this game, and you see, this is where we gotta make things a little more interesting, and this is where Taser Ball really raised the bar on this. We gotta figure out something that's gonna make it unwilling for the normal person to do, but infinitely more interesting to watch. And the way you do that is by how you set up the point system. You get 1 point if you shoot out a player on the opposing team. You get 5 points if you barrel tag them. And under this format, we could probably even just ditch the flag entirely, just make it nothing but total elimination. That way, there's not going to be any real objective. You clear the field, that's it, game over. We can have a crowd celebrates, yay, woo, alright, we're good. And seeing as Taser Ball has really raised the bar on us over here, let's take it that extra little notch. Let's encourage hand-to-hand. For what it's worth, let me show you this product over here. This is a product being sold by Rap 4 right now. It's a little muzzle brake that you can screw into the end of one of their barrels. That's actually a real thing. That's a real thing. That's being made right now. And they've got like 3 or 4 different types that have the same kind of spikes on it. So I want you to try to picture this. You go around the side of a bunker and instead of just shooting the guy, no. You stab him with the gun. Now, of course, we've got to keep this kind of safe, so all players are going to have to wear full helmets, full riot helmets, so that they don't just get stabbed and have a core sample taken out of their brain. Although for some, no, I'm not going to go there. And let's even take this a couple steps further. You're allowed to wear metal spikes, so that you can sharpen your metal spikes and go over the top of a bunker and just stomp on somebody's face as you keep on going by. And oh, by the way, tap, keep going. Now, part of me wants to say that we'd have to also get rid of all the inflatable bunkers as well, because this would be kind of a hazard because somebody could just stab the bunker and deflate it. But in another way, let's keep the inflatable bunkers. I want you to imagine a big fat guy like me seeing the front guy make it about to the 50 and figuring, what the hell, they're not going to be able to shoot me down. Chug it all the way across the field, get a full head of steam, throw the shoulder down, and try to bounce that guy out of bounds. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's still missing something. It's still missing that one thing. Oh, I know, it's missing drama. So at this point, we start taking the cue from another highly successful thing that people have paid a lot of attention to over the past 30, 40, 50 years. Professional wrestling. Come on, you can see this. You know that there are teams that would just eat this up. You could have a bunch of guys who are known cheaters, the heels, the bad guys. And they could just be trash talking other teams. And then you have the other teams who are the good guys, who always play clean, always play good. And these are the guys you're cheering for, right? I mean, you can see this. I know you can see this. We could even package this like any other wrestling thing so that, maybe half of the event is maybe a little bit of gameplay, but the other half, if not even more of it, are people just standing there holding on to their title belts saying, when we were playing in St. Louis last week, that guy wiped a hit. And I swear the next time I see him, I'm driving my barrel through the middle of his skull and I'm gonna take him out. Yeah! Don't look at me that way because I know you can see it. I know it's somewhere in your brain, you're seeing this right now. And before anybody starts saying, oh, that's completely unrealistic, that'll never happen. Give me one event and $250,000, we'll make it happen. I just need one event and I guarantee you this is gonna blow people's minds. The unfortunate side effect, of course, is going to be it's going to completely destroy the game and any credibility it might have in the future, but who cares as long as we're getting attention, right? And this really brings me to my overall point in this, and that is, do we really want that kind of attention? As a sport, I'm not talking as individuals here, I'm talking as a sport. Everybody in the sport has to be 100% on this. Is that what we want? We just want people to pay attention to us? What makes us better than a 5-year-old child at that point? There is one alternative. There's one thing that we can do, and that is show people that we can do something that they cannot. Or we can show people that we have athleticism, dignity, class. Insert anything you want to here, because honestly, I think that would make a much longer lasting, much more interesting sport to watch on television, don't you?